So in the last video, we learned how to make slits and slots to connect pieces of cardboard together, right, without glue or tape. What we're going to do now is an insert technique. This one won't use glue or tape either. But in order to do it, you're going to need to do a little bit of poking with your cardboard, which means that you need to have a soft surface to poke your scissors through. We don't ever want to use scissors to poke something on a hard surface like a hardwood floor or a hardwood table. And you definitely don't want to do the poking if you have the scissors over your body, like in your lap where the scissor could go through and poke you in the leg. Nope. You need to have something that's soft underneath your scissors. And at school in the art studio, we use little carpet squares to do that job. So an insert is when you make a hole and then you push a piece of cardboard through the hole, inserting. In order to cut a hole, you need to have your scissors closed, and we only ever hold them from the handle. No poking with our hands down here or around the metal part of the scissor. Now the metal part of the scissor isn't necessarily sharp, but it's hard to poke something if I'm holding it that way. And there's a chance that they could slip and snip me. So I'm gonna hold them from the handle, and I want you to listen for the sound it makes. I'm holding it with two hands. I have something soft underneath. Did you hear it? It kind of made like a scraping sound and then a pop. I wasn't even pressing very far. Do you see how my scissor tip is coming through the cardboard? Now that it's through, while I'm holding the plastic part, I can kind of wiggle it a little bit. Notice I'm not like struggling around with it. I'm just holding the plastic part of my scissors and I'm wiggling the cardboard to make that hole a little bit bigger because the tip of the scissor is a lot tinier than the bottom part. Okay, look at that. I've got a hole. That's a really tiny hole. I could put a piece of skinny cardboard through there like that. Maybe I'm making a bird with wings. You could put a piece that was bigger and push it through as far as it can till it stops, right? Or if you're wanting to use a bigger piece that would go into it or be inserted, then you need to make your hole bigger. And so one thing you can do is once you have a hole started, you can take your scissors and come in and make that hole a little bit bigger. Turn your cardboard. It's a little bit harder with the adult scissors, actually. With you guys using kids scissors, it'll be easier for you because you can get it toward the back a little bit better. Okay, you can fold that out of the way and then snip it off. All right, so insert is all about making a hole and then sticking something into that hole. So with a hole that's a little bit bigger, I might be able to take a piece of thinner cardboard make that into kind of a triangle shape. When you were a baby or a toddler, you might have had one of those games where you put blocks into the bucket. Do you remember that? Of course, Miss Herring knows you're big kids now, so you don't play with that anymore. But you can try to match up the item you're making and if it will fit in, right? So it doesn't have to just be flat pieces, all right? You can start to push other things through, and that pressure from the hole not being too big will hold that other piece of cardboard in nice and tight with no glue and no tape. Look at that. I'm shaking that as fast as I can, and it's not coming out. So again, if you want to do an insert technique, you need to have something soft underneath your workspace. You take the cardboard you want to start with, close your scissors, push and poke. Push and poke, okay? And if something's giving you a hard time, don't push harder, don't wiggle faster, just keep slow and steady with what you are doing. And you can make holes in your cardboard that you can stick other stuff through while you're building. And if I keep going at this, I could even cut out a circle. So all of these examples have been on thicker cardboard. I'm going to show you one more example with thin cardboard. Cardboard from a cereal box. It's real thin, so you can kind of fold that over on its side and cut it to get a hole in the middle. With that one, sometimes it's too thin to really push and poke. It kind of buckles up if you do that. So on this thin stuff, it's easier to fold it and then cut the slit that you want. Or sorry, cut the hole that you want, okay? So if you need to rewind any of this video to go over these steps, you can rewind it, pause it. Your whole goal today is to practice doing the insert technique if you do have something soft to work on, and the slot technique.